as we discussed, chronic diseases last for a long time or maybe a lifetime also, and they will have major effect on the health. So disease means some poor functioning of some part of the body. So but all functions are necessary for good health, right? So acute diseases do not have major effect on your health, but whereas chronic diseases, they have major effect on your health. Suppose for example, acute diseases like cough, cold last for a week. They do not have shortness of breath in that, you do not have weight loss, you do not have difficulty in breathing in this acute disease. Whereas in chronic diseases, you will have prolonged poor health. You cannot go to school, you can't follow the studies, you will have long term effects, you may have weight loss or you may have shortness of breath or anything. What are the examples? Chronic disease, TB, tuberculosis. In tuberculosis, you will have shortness of breath, difficulty in breathing. Tuberculosis affects the lungs. Then filariasis, elephantiasis caused by filarial worm. In that you will have difficulty in walking, excessive overweight you will have. So then what are the causes of these diseases? They are both infectious and non-infectious causes. So taking the example of a baby having loose motion, what could be the causes of baby having loose motion? So immediately cause what you can think is a virus, maybe a viral infection. So how did the viral infection come? Maybe due to the contaminated drinking water. But in this context, that one baby is not alone who is drinking that water. There are many group of babies who are drinking that water. But only that baby is getting affected? Because he is at more risk. He is at more prone to get disease. Why he is at risk or he is more prone to get disease? Because he may be poorly nourished. Then what are the causes of being poorly nourished? Then he may be coming from a poor family, or his family may be having poverty, low socio-economic background, or maybe he lives in a very rural area where there are not proper filtering, is not there water filtering, or there may be some genetic factors also. If the family has a history of having loose motions or getting contaminated by virus easily, then that is the causes of loose motions for that baby. So if there are loose motions occurring to a child, it may be due to a virus. But since not that only one baby is drinking that contaminated drinking water, there are group of babies drinking that contaminated drinking water, but only he is getting affected. Why? Because he may be poorly nourished due to poverty, low socio-economic status, or due to the improper living conditions, no proper cleanliness in his house. So what are the immediate causes of any disease? There may be microbes, microorganisms, infectious agents. These infectious agents cause infectious diseases. What are the infectious agents? Viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa and worms. Then what are the contributory causes of these diseases? Contributory causes are the external causes. They are non-infectious. They do not spread from person to person. For example, if you take blood pressure, high blood pressure is why it is caused due to lack of exercise or due to heavy weight. All this differentiation of categories is important because we have to know what specific treatment we have to give. Because if we know the cause is virus, then we have separate antiviral drugs. If there is fungi, there will be skin infection, then we have specific antifungal drugs. So the cause of these diseases, cause of the disease is very important to be known to give the specific preventive treatment to that disease. So talking about infectious diseases, how are these caused? These are caused by infectious agents. So what are these infectious agents? Viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoans and worms. So what are the viral diseases caused by viruses? They are cold, common cold, influenza, dengue fever and AIDS. Then what are the bacterial diseases? Fever, typhoid, cholera, anthrax and tuberculosis. Then what are the protozoan diseases? Malaria, Kala Azar. What are the fungal diseases? All skin infections. And what are the worm diseases? Intestinal diseases and elephantiasis. Elephantiasis is caused by filarial worm. And intestinal diseases are caused by worms like tapeworms, ascaris, Wucheria worms. So what happens when these infectious diseases occur? You take a specific treatment. For viral diseases, you take antivirals. For bacteria, you take antibiotics. For protozoans, you take antimalarial drugs. For fungi, you take antifungal drugs. So how do these antibiotics act? Antibiotics block the biochemical pathways of bacteria. The bacteria which have attacked your body, their biochemical pathways will be blocked. Then they block the bacterial processes that builds the cell wall. So that bacteria in our body build the cell wall. So these antibiotics block those processes. Anyhow, human beings' cells do not make cell walls, so it will not affect us in any way. So that is why these antibiotics block the cell walls of these bacteria which have attacked our body. So what are the example commonly used antibiotic? Penicillin is the commonly used antibiotic. Then coming to the viral infections, cold. If you have cold, doctor doesn't give you antibiotics. Even if they give you antibiotics, it will not work on it. They have to give specific antiviral drugs. But even though after giving so many antibiotics or antivirals also, your cold doesn't subside up to 1 week. Then if you have malaria, you will be given anti-malarial drugs. Then how do these infectious diseases spread? These infectious or communicable diseases spread through air, water, sexual acts or mosquitoes. Then how do they spread through air? Taking example of cold, cough, pneumonia or tuberculosis. Suppose you are sitting in a group of people. The people sitting adjacent to you have cold or cough. So those particles, when they sneeze or cough through the air, those particles you inhale. The droplets are inhaled by you. That is the method by which air all these diseases spread. So when you are living in a more crowded places, there are more chances of you getting sick with the presence of air. So airborne droplets come when you are sitting in a crowded place. Then talking about waterborne diseases like cholera. Suppose in your drinking water, any excreta of the human being accidentally gets mixed and you drink that drinking water. Then those bacteria go and sit in your alimentary canal or gut and affect you and cause the disease called cholera. So that is by the method of drinking water. If any excretory material gets mixed in the drinking water and you consume that drinking water, it causes cholera. Then sexual act. Any sexual act causes AIDS or syphilis. Sexual act doesn't include casual physical contact like handshaking, hugging or all these. So sexual act only is skin to skin physical contact. Then the last one is mosquitoes. Mosquitoes act as vectors. Suppose if mosquito bites a person having some disease, then he is carrying that he is a carrier, he is carrying that virus or bacteria in his mouth. Then the next healthy person, whomsoever the mosquito bites, that person will be getting affected by that disease. So mosquitoes here act as vectors. Then mosquitoes need proper nourishment. How do they get those nourishment? By blood, through blood. So mosquitoes, whenever they bite us, through the blood they get proper nourishment. So female mosquitoes need high nourishment for breeding. So this is why mosquitoes. So how to prevent this? You have to stop the mosquito breeding. You should not let any stagnant water stand outside. You have to stop that mosquito breeding by that. Then when you are in public, you have to cover yourselves with nose. Cover your nose with cloth or anything. Then you have to drink proper filtered water. Then you have to you should not have sex with multiple partners. You have to use any type of condoms or anything when you are doing a sexual act to prevent this AIDS or syphilis. AIDS or syphilis comes with having sex with multiple sexual partners or having unprotected sex. So you need to have protected sex to prevent these diseases.